course, USC high expectations this year, probably going to be should be a top 5 preseason pick. Caleb Williams coming back. Have they added enough defensively, in your opinion, though, to take that next step and get into the college football playoffs?
For Southern Cal,
can you say it? I mean, I know it's USC. Can you actually say something nice about USC?
I like saying Southern Cal because it really upsets the Trojan fan base for some reason. I'm not sure why. I mean, that's the name of your school, but they get really upset by it. And I always try to explain to them, I'm like, USC on the East Coast is South Carolina, right? Like that's how people refer to them as. So I think Caleb Williams gives you always a legitimate shot at winning a national championship because he's the best quarterback in college football. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. He'll be the number 1 draft pick in next year's draft. To me, he's one of the most unique talents I've ever seen at the position. And so even despite their defense, which people tend to forget, that defense actually helped bail them out in some games early last year. Mm-hmm. They had a ridiculous turnover differential, and then they didn't have much depth. And I think as they got worn down as the season wore on, that's where you saw some of the issues defensively that they were having. But they added 7 transfers on defense alone. They've really tried to shore up the front 7, not only to stop the run, but I think to add some pressure too. So they feel much better about it. Do they have the depth they'd like to have? They're probably another year away from that. But I think defensively they will be improved. I think the only thing you have to ask yourself is, are they going to be able to generate as many turnovers as they did last year? Yeah. That was kind of an anomaly, and they played to their benefit. So as much as we're like, hey, they're an improved defense away from playing in the college football playoffs for a national championship, there's also a side of me that's like, well, a lot of those turnovers that they got and some of the points early, some of that's not going to be there for them this year just because it's hard to do that. I think they were like plus 22 in the turnover differential.
They were very opportunistic, last year.
And so I kind of look at it and just say they're definitely going to be in the hunt. But I don't know that the Pac-12 has been this strong top to bottom in the past 5 years. Like, I don't care what team you're talking about, even like Arizona. Jed Fish has done an unbelievable job building up that program. Jay Delorias can sling that football around. They'll put pressure on surprise people. You can go up to Washington State and Cam Ward. That kid's a stud.
Yep.
They have as good of competition as anyone. So I think can they get over the hump of Utah, who beat them twice? Cam Rising is like my favorite quarterback in college football that no one talks about enough. He's going to have a legit NFL future too, coming off a torn ACL, but he should be ready for the season when it starts. And you know how good Kyle Whittingham is. So it's a tough conference, I think, to survive through. I think they could be beating themselves up when it's all said and done.
Yeah, and they got Washington, Oregon up there. Oregon State's going to have another good team up there as well.
Catch the Rich Eisen Show every single day on the Roku channel, 12 to 3 Eastern, for free.